Do you guys remember Bionicle? Well, good, because I'm not here to talk about Bionicle today. Today, I'm here to talk about its successor, Hero Factory. Some of you clicked off this video just based off of that alone. Say what you will about Hero Factory, but the CCBS, the Creature Character Building System, pioneered a new generation of MOC makers, and I was one of them. Now, I'm just gonna start off by saying that my MOCs aren't anything special. They don't certainly go out of their way to break the mold or do anything interesting or unique. In fact, they're very basic. Now, I did actually own a couple Hero Factory figures here and there. My mom actually bought me the entire Brain Attack wave as a kid. Just the heroes, not the villains. But, you know, as cool as Brain Attack was, everyone agrees Hero Factory peaked at the Breakout era. God, what a good era to be a kid, and God, what an idiot I was for missing out on it. So I did what any sane adult man in his 20s does. I scoured the internet, and I used my hard-earned money to fix my broken childhood. That's right, I scoured
eBay
and found each and every one of the Hero Factory characters from the Breakout era, with the purpose of making the Hero Factory characters how I always envisioned them, because I was, at some point, a Hero Factory fan. So that being said, join me on this new journey on my channel that I will probably not finish because it'll be too much work and I won't have time to actually edit and record everything, and you might at best get like 3 parts of a series that never finishes. Anyways, these are my Hero Factory MOC figure, whatever, just watch the video, just watch it. Let's talk about William Ferno, my GOAT. Yes, this was my favorite character. Yes, because he was the red one. I just really like Ferno. I don't know what it is, man. There was the original Ferno, which was a pretty decent figure. There was his Savage Planet, where he was a hawk bird for some reason. Anyways, then there was Forged in Fire. My bad, Forged in Fire was first. It was his 2.0 upgrade. Yeah, I don't like the way this one looks. I don't like this way. I hate this one, actually. And then we got Breakout, which is where his design peaked, in my opinion. Oh yeah, and I guess we got Ferno XL from the Brain Attack wave. I like this guy. You'll find that out much later. But I kind of prefer this look for Ferno. Now, as previously mentioned, Hero Factory went through several themes. This year's theme was Breakout, which, if you couldn't tell, obviously, the villains break out, and it's up to the heroes to go and capture them. Ferno was specifically pitted up against this shark guy. I can't remember his name right now. But, here's my main question. Who at the LEGO design team thought it would be a good idea to take their fire-themed guy and put him underwater? Cause, like, yeah, it's worked before a la Jaller Mari, but, like, that was a little different. This guy has, like, full-on scuba gear, and this is like a almost militarized police force. Who thought it was a good idea to send the fire guy underwater, right? You're just nerfing your fire guy. Whatever. Okay, whatever. I decided to give Ferno a different villain to go and catch this time around, but we'll get to him when we get to him. Anyways, back to Ferno.
Yeah. Run it back! No fear! Let's go! Sirens sing, I hear my name. Everybody runs, I do the same. Straight to the fire, into the heat. Hope in my heart and steel in my feet. Scars don't matter, bruises don't stay. Someone needs tomorrow today. I don't need crowns, I don't need praise. Just one more life that gets saved. Hit the ground, get back up. Every fall makes me tough. I'm alive when the world needs saving. Heartbeats loud, no hesitating. Raise your hands, we'll make it through. I fight for me, I fight for you. Crash like
Okay, here is my version of William Ferno, all in his glory. Again, not
super over-the-top talented when it comes to MOC making, so they have a very basic build to them, but I like it, and that's all that matters to me. Originally, he had... I don't even remember what he looked like originally. I know he had the scuba gear that I hated, and he did not have a sword. He just had his blaster and his cuffs, which, whatever on that. So I went ahead and gave him this Fireblade piece from Bionicle. This was during 2009? 2008, I think. This was Toa Mari. This was a reference to Toa Jalamari, who was one of my favorite Bionicle figures. Such a great figure, and I love this piece. And had I kept the underwater motif, I guess this would have been even more of a cool reference, but nevertheless. He's got... I added this little fire piece to the top here. Everyone has a little bit of a different blaster effect, but I wanted his to obviously be fire, and it wouldn't make sense for this to work underwater. Again, I don't know who at LEGO thought it was a good idea to have their fire guy be underwater, but I fixed it. I also fixed his blaster. I gave his blaster a bit more unique colors here, as I wanted it to match the gunmetal and the orange shoulder pads. I also kept the white, like, I guess thigh pieces here to kind of give everyone a little bit of a uniformed look. They look way better once they're all together. And not everyone's gonna have this cool, unique back detailing. He is the only one I gave that to, because Ferno is my favorite, and I am very biased towards Ferno for obvious reasons. Not just because he's red. It's mainly because he's red. But yeah, that is my version of Ferno. I actually forgot to show a tiny little detail. I added this, like, orange part inside the blade and this little red Technic axle to the hilt, just to give it some more detailing. Didn't need to be there, but whatever. It looks cool enough, I guess. Now, as cool as Ferno is on his own, he's nowhere near as cooler when there's not two. That was fantastic English. In other words, that's right, a second figure has hit the tower. This guy's wanted for several acts of Grand Theft Auto, hitting licks, getting 5-star wanted levels, and speeding through school zones. Yeah, honey, I'll be home soon. Yeah, I promise. Yep. Yeah, I heard about GTA 6's price. I did. I mean, at least it's finally coming out, though, right? Yeah, I'll see you at home.
Shake the road. Headlights like a demon in the smoke. Run if you want, ride if you dare. The hunt begins the moment I'm there. Stealing fire, blackened skies. Heroes fall at 95. Rev it, burn it, break the chain.
So, here is my take on Mr. Speeda Demon. And, first of all, this guy was pretty cool when I first got him, but he was two things I didn't like. He was really tiny, and he was, like, too green. He had, like, little bits of gold and silver on him, but he was mainly green, which, nothing wrong with that, but, We'll talk more about the bike later, but I ended up going for a bit more of a punk kind of Grievous design for him. So he's got, as you can see, he's got some silver boots, he's got these gold spikes going all throughout, he's got some black pants, translucent parts here, his arm, and then he's got the purple all up front here, because this guy came with full purple bike, no purple armor parts, which, like, what? But whatever, doesn't matter. He's got these cool little spike crown things. I love these pieces. And the back is a little custom engineered. I've got some little secrets. There's some pins right here where the torso piece is that has that together. And on the figure, I think he just had extra arms originally. I made them robotic arms because why not? As for his bike, I didn't do too much to his bike. It's more or less the same. I just added, I think these were always on here, these gold pieces here, but I added the pieces on the side here, these spikes. I put a silver drone piece here instead of the purple one that was originally here. I did these spike pieces on the side, the silver ones, and I believe I added these. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I added these. So overall, I didn't do too much to the bike itself, but I did make it match his color scheme a bit more. So he's more kind of in tandem with the bike, if that makes sense. Anyways, I remember as much as I really liked this figure, I felt like the bike was kind of the main selling point and the figure was like second. So I like that I could make him look way more appealing in my opinion. So anyways, bringing Ferno back here. I always thought it was, again, really strange that I believe Speeda Demon went up against Stormer and Ferno went up against the shark guy. Stormer vs. Speeda Demon would have made more sense if they included that bike that he came with in the animation, but they just didn't give him that. So I went ahead and visited eBay and bought the Ferno bike, because not only does it go with my version of Ferno, you know, a la the oranges and some of the gunmetal and silver, but also now Speeda Demon actually has someone who can chase after him, which you kind of need a motorcycle so you can keep up with the guy. I mean, come on.
So I know I do this anyway, but I'm about to yap, like, a lot. One thing I didn't super love about Hero Factory is they gave the characters very digestible lore, but didn't really, like, dive into them, you know? So that being said, I wanted to do a little something more with these characters, because these guys aren't just breaking out of prison. No. There's something much, much more going on with at least my versions of the characters. That being said, let's talk about Speeda Demon. So Speeda Demon was the leader of a very, very dangerous biker gang. So dangerous, in fact, that Hero Factory ended up needing to get involved. He would constantly avoid hero after hero until finally being arrested by Ferno, landing himself in prison until he would be broken out by none other than Core Hunter. Core Hunter would introduce him to a strange individual, we'll get into him not right now or potentially ever, who would basically just ask him to join his group. He would be given tools, weapons, and brand new armor. All he would have to do is agree to become one thing: a hero hunter. Yes, that was something that was never done in the Hero Factory theme that I thought would have been really interesting. Which is, you have this character Core Hunter who is known for hunting heroes, but what if they just all did that? What if there was a group of villains out there that was actively hunting the Hero Factory heroes? I mean, think about it. Imagine, like, the world's most wanted people coming together to hunt down the police. That concept alone is really cool, and I think fits the overall theme of Hero Factory, which is why I went for this more kind of hunter look for the characters moving forward. Hopefully I get to do more of this, but for the time being, thanks for watching.